Hey guys, it's Sarah with AmericanMuscle.com, and today we have a review and install of the JLT 3.0 Black Oil Separator for your passenger side, fitting your 15 and newer Hellcat and Demon models. This is perfect for those of you who want to protect your engine from the effects of blow-by and also have a convenient way to remove it from your system. So if you're not familiar with what blow-by is, it's an oil, fuel, and carbon mixture that doesn't get burned up in your engine and is reintroduced with air back into your intake. Now, this routing is done by manufacturers for emissions reasons and is common on most modern engines. The downside to this is that this mixture can get back in your engine, gunk up your valves, and shorten your engine's life over time. So adding a catch can or oil separator is a wise investment, especially if you have a forced induction setup. This oil separator, or catch can as they're commonly referred, reduces the engine's blow-by by trapping the oil in the can and reintroducing air only back into your intake. This catch can features a honeycomb filter with a fine mesh screen, which I'll show you guys in a second when we do the install. It also can hold up to 3 ounces of blow-by and features a knurled base for ease of removal. This kit features a billet aluminum can with a black anodized finish, as well as lines and quick disconnect fittings for direct fit ease of install. So as far as price goes, this kit comes in at around $200, making it a budget-friendly way to protect your investment. Now, there are lower priced options available, but often they only include the can itself, or they're a universal kit which you have to modify yourself. This is a direct fit kit with factory style quick disconnect fittings for a true plug and play install. And as far as the install goes, I'm giving this one a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter. It features a very simple plug and play install, as I said before, and can be done in under an hour. So with that said, let's check out that install. For this install, you will need a 15mm wrench and a Phillips head screwdriver. Alright, so the first step in our install, I'm going to remove this line. It's a little easier with the catch can not in the way, so we're going to go ahead and do that first. I'm going to start with this black connector up top here. Now you can remove this cover for a little bit easier access, but I have pretty small hands, I can get behind here without it. So now one important thing to note, you're not going to be able to see this, there's a tab on the back side of this line. What you need to do is pull back on that tab to release this connector, and if you don't, this will not come loose. So once you release that connector on the back side, which is right here, just pull this off and then we can disconnect the other line. Here is a closer look at the back side of that fitting. You can see this little tab, and that's what you have to pull back to release this connector. It'll be on the far side when it's underneath your cover. But now that that is off, we can remove the other side. This will be the white connector. You're gonna do this by pressing in on the front side here. You can use a tool or you can just use your hands. Go ahead and press in and pull to release it. And now that we have this line off, you can see on the inside here, there's actually a ton of blow-by just in this small line alone. So it's good that we're adding this catch can. So now I can point out our mounting point for the bracket. It goes right over this tab here, right behind the belt. Now before you put that on, you do need to install one of the nuts. Now you want to point the flange side at where the bracket is going to go. So go ahead and begin to thread it on. Until it's all the way meeting this other nut. And then you're going to take a 15mm wrench and go ahead and tighten it down. Next up, slide your bracket over top. Grab your other nut. Go ahead and thread that on. And now with your 15mm wrench, tighten this one down as well, and just make sure your bracket is facing straight up and down as you tighten. Now I have the catch can here, and I just wanted to show you guys this so you can get a better look before I install it. This is how you empty the can. Just gonna grab the bottom, and twist. Now you would do this once it's bolted up, of course. But now you have the can open, you can just dump it to empty it. You can also take a look at the filter on the bottom there for reference. And always before you install it, make sure that it's nice and tight. Now we're ready to install the can. Now I will point out that you want to make sure the letters are facing towards you, the JLT, so you can read it. It matches the top of the bracket, and these lines are going to crisscross each other to have the proper path. So what I'm going to do is start to route the lines to help us line up our can. This far one goes towards the top of your valve cover. This other one crosses underneath it. So go ahead and just get them ballpark where they're going to sit. And then we can line up the bracket on the top of the can and start to screw in the 2 bolts that we were given. Once they're lined up, go ahead and grab your Phillips head screwdriver and tighten them down. Now you can line up your lines and click them in place. The shorter one is going to go to this port underneath here that goes right underneath the intake. You might have to move some of these wires out of the way just a little bit to get it to line up. Just be careful with them and make sure it clicks in place. Next up, to the valve cover. Again, this will be a little bit tricky lining it up. Just carefully go ahead and get it over top of that port and then click it in place. All right, so that's gonna do it for the review and install of this oil separator. And remember, for all things Challenger, keep it at AmericanMuscle.com.